What is going on, guys? It's your boy Slick, and today a new challenger has been announced, so I'm going to talk about that. But before I hop on the hype train, I just want this to be noted. I'm not going to be making videos for everything that's leaked in the dev blog, or announced, I guess at this point, it's not a leak, in the dev blog, because I'm not on the hype train that much anymore. Of course, I'm excited for new vehicles to be added to the game, new things to play. It does spice up the content a bit, and it's fun for me as well as you guys. It gives you guys something to grind out if you're all the way through the British tree, and possibly helps the tree out altogether. But the thing is, I want new game modes, I want better maps, and or maybe tweaks to maps that we already have that make the game play better. And it doesn't seem like any of these things are coming, so we're just going to keep pushing for that. But regardless, let's talk about the Challenger Mark III. Now, this is a little bit of an update. It is essentially the same Challenger that we have in game, only it gets better ERA packages and composite armor to deal with Heat FS. Now, Heat FS isn't really a round used too regularly at top tier, so this tank, while it is the same, it might be a little bit heavier actually because of all this armor, so it could technically be slower. Doesn't really get that much use. I can't see it getting that much use. I can't see it being the salvation for the British military because it doesn't have any better protection against APFSDS. While the Challenger is a strong tank regardless, and I still think it's a good vehicle in the game. Having a backup one will be nice, or having another one will be nice. So instead of using a Chieftain Mark 10 now, we get to use two Challengers at top tier with a Warrior or something like that. The only thing I can really see this helping against are flanking tanks that are lower tier than you, or helicopters. And I guess that's a good thing. Helicopters are quite a pain in the ass when you're getting hit with ATGMs from across the map, and hopefully this protection will help a little bit more. Now, of course, this is designed to combat heat, but in War Thunder, ERA and other materials or other armor packages like it stop some level of APFSDS, or it creates a bouncier surface. And I've noticed this with several tanks. Like the M60 Rise, for example, survives way more shots than you'd think it would, based off the simple fact that it has a ton of ERA bricks on it. It changes the modifiers and the bounce chances on rounds hitting the vehicle. And I can't see that this would be any different. There's a ton of side-spaced armor now being added to this tank, and while you're looking through me scrolling, you'll see the pictures of where they actually added armor. I think there's a little bit more on the side of the turret. The lower front plate is now covered with an ERA brick layout, and then the sides of the tank have ERA bricks and spaced armor, all using composite type of armor, which would be pretty cool. And I think that this tank will perform a little bit better while it's getting shot at. Should be able to take a little bit more of a beating, which is all you really need in the British line anyway. Now, there isn't a tank that, to my knowledge, aside from like the Challenger 2, that would really give the Brits salvation at top tier. The reason why they're not as good as the Americans in terms of like a multi-role tank or the Leopard is because when these tanks were being developed in real life, they all had roles and purposes. Germany and America were going to be the flanking force. They were going to use their vehicles to flank and move around the Iron Wall, or whatever Russia was going to move in with, Iron Curtain. And then the Challengers were designated and designed to hold the middle line. This is what they were going to do. They were going to be hold down in Fulda, aiming, waiting for the Russians to come, and they were going to take them out from long range. And that's what the Challenger does in the game, but since it's a video game, only certain maps have that ability. Only if you get in a close quarters map like the footage you're watching now, you could still do well. It's a good tank. The gun is absolutely fantastic, but it's just not suited for that type of combat. And there's nothing you can really do to change that. You can't rewrite history and make Britain make a different type of tank, so War Thunder would play better. That being said, hopefully this armor package helps the tank out. Hopefully it helps the Brits out and maybe gives a little bit more confidence to us British tankers who enjoy the line. I personally do. I have been enjoying a lot of the Challenger, top tier Brits, the Warrior. I think they're all really fun vehicles to play. You can get a lot out of them if you use them properly, but using them properly is kind of the tough part. You need a certain situation to get it done right. You need a certain map, you need a certain enemy team, a certain layout to really utilize every ounce that the tank has. So hopefully this is a good thing. What do you guys think in the comments down below? Let me know if you're a British tanker and you're welcome to this change. And let's also speculate a little bit for what what else might be added this patch. Now, I'm no leak expert like some of these YouTube channels that have popped up recently out of nowhere claiming that they know a ton of people in Gaijin and everything that's coming, but I digress. I would say that the M1A1 probably will be coming this patch. I hope it doesn't, to be honest, but I think it might. If they don't add that, hopefully the Bradley comes just to add an IFV for America. So then all 4 of the major nations will have IFVs now, because America is currently the only one that doesn't have an IFV out of the 4 main nations, which is Britain, Russia, Germany, and the US. Well, I guess Germany doesn't really have an IFV, and that could be remedied too, maybe adding a new Martyr or a Puma. I believe it's called the Puma. They can also add the Jaguar, which I believe is a variation of the Raketenjagd Panzer II. Hopefully things like that will be added, and I'd love to see a push for SAMs or Iglas, some type of air-to-air missile, surface-to-air missile to take out choppers that are camping above. Now, of course, if we're going to add something like that, there needs to be countermeasures for the vehicles involved in this, right? Like planes and helicopters, and I don't know how they would work around that, but I'm just hoping that Gaijin is working towards something like that, and I hope you guys agree with me on that. I just think an AH-1Z camping at, 4,000 meters, shooting 16 missiles down without dying to any, the only thing that could touch it is somebody dying and spawning in a plane, but how are you going to get kills on the ground if you're getting hit with 16 missiles? It's a kind of a weird system, and I think there needs to be some type of counteraction for that vehicle, whether it be SAMs. I think that's the only way to go. Some type of like Tunguska AA that has Iglas or whatever type of missiles they use, with a slight form of countermeasure on the helicopter's part and the plane's part, so they don't get hit with these missiles all the time. Early iterations of SAMs, surface-to-air missiles, air-to-air missiles and stuff weren't as accurate as they seem. Anything with like a type of lock-on, we automatically assume it's like a modern thing because we can shoot ballistic missiles out of the skies. But the sad truth is that when these these weapon systems were being developed, they weren't actually that good in the beginning. I think the Sidewinders in Vietnam had about an 8% hit chance, and that's pretty abysmal when you think about it. I mean, you probably just use guns anyway. You said fuck it. Of course, the Phantoms didn't actually have guns on the actual plane itself, so they had to add gun pods and stuff like that. But it's just some food for thought for the future. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. Thank you guys for the overwhelming support on yesterday's video. I really enjoyed making that video, and just seeing 1,000 likes on something is insane. So if you guys like this video and you're excited for the Challenger Mark 1 and you also want a free hug, feel free to click that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, click that bell icon to get the notification for these videos immediately. I'm going to be working on some merchandise soon, some shirts and stuff like that. I kind of want to do coffee cups. I don't know if, or mugs. I don't know if I can do that just yet or figure out a place where I can do that. But I think that would fit me and our community the best, because I run on coffee every single day, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. So that would be pretty cool. But if you have any ideas for designs on merchandise that you'd like to see, I'm kind of trying to aim in between the whole slickbee logo type of thing and something that doesn't even look like it is a gamer brand or a YouTuber brand, because I want these stuff to be able to be worn. I'm the type of guy who doesn't really want to wear something that is super gaudy in terms of like support for somebody. I probably wouldn't even wear my own t-shirt if it was super slickbeat out and about, you know what I mean? Maybe I'd wear it on stream and stuff, but I probably wouldn't wear it around the town, and I figure you guys are probably in the same boat, right? So I want to go for a nice medium that's like a daily wearable thing that doesn't really bring too much attention to you guys. I don't want people to feel weird wearing my stuff, but I also want something that's cool, a unique design, and something that we all get because we're in this community together. All right, that's enough talking for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.